As the old saying goes, there are two kinds of people. Those who enjoy not having back pain, and those who enjoy Minebuster. Fortunately, we might be able to change that saying very soon. Mighty Canadian Minebuster is a classic wooden coaster at Canada's Wonderland that, it's safe to say, most people don't like. Any ride nicknamed Spinebuster probably got that for a reason. Recently though, the park announced it would be getting the Gravity Group treatment for 2025. That leads to the natural question, how good is it going to be? The short answer is that it should make it really good. But it goes beyond smoothness. We need to dip into Minebuster lore, what a renovation will look like, and what it means for the park as a whole. The implications for this might be a lot bigger than it would seem on the surface. Let's start where it all began. Back when Wonderland opened in 1981, the coasters were actually cutting edge. The centerpiece was Minebuster, built by Curtis D. Summers and modeled after a coaster at Cincinnati's Coney Island. Minebuster famously opened with buzz bars, and people swear it was an airtime machine. For a long time, it was considered the star of the park. The highlight was the section right after the first drop, featuring 3 speed hills all featuring great airtime. Sadly, much like the Rolling Stones in the 1980s, it's safe to say much of the shine was lost over time. Aside from the infamous roughness, the buzzer bars were replaced by god-awful PTC lap bars. More importantly, 2 of the hills in that section were merged, leaving Minebuster with mediocre airtime compared to its former glory. Some claim this was due to water park expansion, others due to safety concerns. Regardless, it led to what many consider a neutered ride experience. Now I will admit, I am a Minebuster fan, which is rare, but I can't deny that the thing is damn inconsistent. As good as the first drop and airtime hill are, there's just not a lot else. Which is why me, and many other park fans, are stoked for the impending renovation. It feels as if most Gravity Group renovation projects are turning out beautifully, breathing new life into otherwise crappy rides. Coasters such as King's Dominion's Grizzly and Lake Compounce's Wildcat have received rave reviews since getting the treatment, for example. These renovations include adding a different kind of wooden track, where the wood is stacked vertically, making it stronger. It's also formed off-site in a separate factory. Parks often replace track on their own, but it's never this complicated nor this effective. This also allows the designer to alter aspects of the ride, such as making hills higher or lower. Okay, so back to Minebuster. This is likely going to take place over multiple years. For 2025, work has already begun. The third airtime hill seems to be coming back, while the first drop might go a little steeper. This should create some good floater on it. And the trio of strong airtime pops on the outwards run should be really good. Ironically, this could actually slightly downgrade the drop, which currently gives off some violent ejector airtime. Regardless, if Minebuster has 4 airtime moments instead of 2, and a smoother track, it's going to make it a very good, if not great coaster. But as the old Billy May saying goes, but wait, there's more! The awesome thing about this is that past 25, there's even more they'll be able to do. The second half still needs a lot of work, as there's not currently an ounce of airtime there. Creating sharper angles on those hills and smoothing out the track will give Minebuster even more airtime. Similarly, smoothing out that helix and maybe even unbanking it can give an excellent lateral finale. When all these edits are finally done, Minebuster will definitely keep its solid sensation of speed, while adding hopefully 4 airtime moments or so. The helix is a bit of a question mark, but if done right, it can become a watered down version of the helices on Beast or Legend. So, how good can it be? It's going to be impossible to judge until the park reopens, but I'm cautiously optimistic it can leapfrog Yukon Striker and maybe even Vortex in my park rankings. At its worst, it'll be something like Racer at Kings Island. A fun but kind of tame ride that almost feels too smooth for its own good. At its best though, I think it could stand alone as my favorite pre-90s Woody. Again, I already think it's good, and if the aggressiveness stays, there's nothing stopping this from being a core coaster in the park. And what does it mean for the park as a whole? Well, this is a very, very good sign. Alpine Fury likely cost the park upwards of 25 to 30 million US dollars, and they still have the budget to invest in upgrades. In a previous video, I predicted that the Gravity Group could be called in to redesign Minebuster within the next 5 years. I did not think there was a chance in hell it would happen now. Kind of like Cedar Point getting Siren's Curse and having Top Thrill 2 reopen, this kind of feels like getting two coasters in the same year. In fact, I know some people who are currently more excited for this than Alpine Fury. Wonderland suddenly has a working relationship with the new manufacturer. Given that they may look to build a modern Woody, the Gravity Group might just have their call. I have my eyes glued on 2028, which is halfway between Alpine Fury and the park's 50th anniversary. This would be a prime year to add a great ride that's not too expensive. If the park ends up with a high-caliber modern and classic Woody, Wild Beast suddenly becomes expendable, and I could see them tearing it down and replacing it with an RMC. Investment in the park has been very fruitful and aggressive as of late, and I would love to see that trend continue. On that note, that's all I have for now. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and if not, feel free to leave a hateful comment.